Going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nick Bartel, editor-in-chief for Techno Warriors TV, and welcome to another awesome interview. This is an audio interview like we did with Saturn Aerospace and MUFON. However, it's a brand new company. This is a company called Daxt. And what does Daxt stand for? Well, Daxt is kind of like a virtual aerospace company. They play, they play Kerbal Space Program, SFS, Space Flight Simulator, Origin, or used to be what? Simple Rockets 2. Now it's something different. What is the name of the third one? The third one you use?
Juno New Origins. Origins.
Okay, so what Juno New Origins is, they also use that. It's a stupidly customizable rocket simulator. You could say like KSP on steroids. So you don't get the little green men, but it's customizable up the yin yang. You can customize your engines, your fuel, the whole kit caboodle. It's really awesome. Now, the cool thing about Daxt is stands for Darkstar Aerospace Exploration Technologies. They were created in October 2022. They make cubesats, satellite rockets. Now the cool thing is some of our rockets use LOX 4, LOX, CH4, RP1, LH2, various other fuels. The cool thing about our launchers, let's talk about our launchers. Okay, I can't access the launcher website because that's broken right now. But yeah, so I'm here with
Website is in construction.
Yeah, so
website's not going to work at the moment.
So the really cool thing is I'm here with the owner of Daxt Aerospace. You could say the CEO. And he is Darkstar, but you can use your real name, like your first name, if you don't want to. But yeah, he is gonna tell us all about Daxt, or this really cool company. I mean, it's really cool that these little YouTube channels, YouTube creators, gaming creators are actually making literal virtual space companies. It's really, really cool because
there's a huge community in multiple games about those space companies. On X, you can find around 15 companies, and
yeah. And like the really cool thing is they do multiple launchers from like small satellites to big giant rockets. They have reusable rockets, which is really cool. Now, Darkstar. So tell me a little about what you do here at Daxt. And all about it.
Well, Daxt started in October 2022. This is basically like called Astra, but on steroids. We're a small company with only a few employees, a few friends that are helping with multiple stuff. We're making rockets, we're making satellite platforms, missions to Mars, the moon. Next year, there will be also crew flights with Mallow, which is our spacecraft in development.
Mm-hmm.
We're currently testing Relativity, which is our small/medium class launch vehicle. We're working on Genesis, which is our heavy and super heavy class launch vehicle. And we're also working on Foxtrot, which is small suborbital rocket that's like similar to Mayra 1, but also the rocket boost fuel, and it's going to be reusable.
Oh, nice. So, like, what is your most powerful rocket?
Genesis, in Juno Origins, it is capable of putting 300 tons into low Earth orbit without reusability. So, that's our most strongest rocket we've ever produced, and we are wanting to do even more with the heavy variant that is going to have got side boosters on it.
But now, is this like, what kind of engines does this use? Does this use like Rocketdyne
F1 engines?
No, they like F1B engines. If you've heard of the Rocketdyne F1B, it was an engine that produced 1.9 million pounds of thrust.
We're using the different engines, custom engines. Everything is basically custom that we use.
Now, do you have a
And
name for your
we're
engine?
using,
So essentially, you're building your engines in house.
yeah, we're building the engines house. We have name for them. Some of them are called SE, like the acronym for engines. Some of them have got different names. On the Genesis, on first stage, we are using 37 engines that are called Proxima 2. They're pretty strong. They burn metal logs or mixture of methane and liquid oxygen,
Mhm.
and they are really reliable. You can reignite them 10 times in a row under an hour and they won't damage. So, yeah. But basically, on the second stage, we are using 6 Proxima 2 vac engines that are designed for vacuum. And in future, we are going to be switching to Proxima 3 vacuum engines, which are going to be more capable and more powerful. But that's really
Now,
just a
is this kind of
future.
like a sorry for interrupting, but is this like like a super heavy look-alike?
Uh, yeah, it's a bit shorter than a super heavy, but has got hot staging ring without fins. But
Oh, so
it's
it's
kind of like super heavy, but
hostage.
you
Yeah,
shrink it
so
down.
like hostage is just like super heavy.
Yep, just like super heavy.
Now, has there been any
Basically, you can
tests?
call it pendable super heavy light.
Well, have you guys had any tests of your rockets yet?
Um, we actually do. We had multiple launches this week. We are gonna be testing second flight of relativity, as the first flight was anomaly on the second stage caused the destruction of the rocket itself. We
Mm.
redesigned the launch vehicle, and this week we are going to be doing a launch. On Sunday we had static fire, and today or tomorrow we are going to be conducting a test flight.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, I don't know when the video is going to be out, but currently it's 5th December, December 5th. So today or tomorrow, December 6th, we are going to be conducting a flight of relativity with mass simulators on board, as well as real payloads, to test out all subjects of this flight. And we are also going to be testing reusability subjects of this flight. First stage is supposed to re-enter the atmosphere after burning all its fuel and deploy chutes to slow itself down into a nice soft splashdown.
So, this rocket you guys have, like, do you, so the engines, it's your high-powered engines. What type of
Yeah.
power are we talking about? Like the ISP, bar ratio, and actual thrust.
Well, there's multiple things that are not available for public, but we can say thrust is larger than Falcon 9 have got in fully reusable variant on the relativity itself. It's got 9 engines, 3 that are capable of vectorizing thrust, and basically the relativity is like a Falcon 9,
Mm-hmm.
a bit smaller and using different method of reusability, but it's really strong rocket. And then it can put tens of tons into low Earth orbit, and yeah, the first launch we are planning with the new version is we're having on board a heavy module to the station, so that kind of shows how powerful the rocket itself is. And we're still with the first stage gonna reach speed at which re-enter the Earth's atmosphere is not destructive, so that means we're still gonna be able to safely recover the first stage. Hopefully safely, as we have never tested that procedure out ever again
Mm-hmm.
before. But hopefully everything will go as planned, and second stage will hopefully deliver payload to desired orbit.
Now, so what are we like? So, what kind of speed are we talking about? Like,
Well,
are we talking about like on the big one, the super huge one?
on Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
well, Genesis is not going to be reusable at the moment. Basically, the project is at hold right now. as we do not have got manned payloads for the flight.
Mm-hmm.
The Relativity is now our major project, the main project. But Genesis is hopefully going to return to service next year, around January, February. And we're going to get more payloads and more customers to launch with us.
Awesome. So, and where can people reach you and everything? Where can people see the launches?
On YouTube, we are streaming the launches and test flights, and also multiple tests of the vehicles. There's also going to be multiple videos, cinematographic videos, edits, and that kind of stuff. Then they can join our Discord server with pretty much active community,
Okay.
and there we are posting updates on everything. They also can see us on Instagram, where we are posting some nice images and videos, and also on Twitter, now called X, where we are gonna be more active. But yeah, our Discord and YouTube are our most active social media that we have.
Well, I'm really excited to see what the future is for Dax. And it's gonna be. I'm really excited for you guys.
The
And
future is for sure gonna be interesting as cruise flights are coming, and their planetary missions are planned. And I think I won't say something that is really secret at the moment, but we are planning on putting crewed mission to the moon in 2024 or 2025. Depends on the schedule of the crewed flights, but
now, are you guys
our
gonna take
plan
the
is
way SLS is doing?
uh, something like that, something similar to Artemis program. We start a challenge for other aerospace companies to like send the lunar landers. And the Malo spacecraft, there's gonna be two variants of the Malo spacecraft: Earth variant and then interplanetary. Interplanetary is basically like the Earth variant with better radiation isolation, with more oxygen on board, more fuel, and is gonna need powerful launcher. Genesis is not gonna be crew rated, and it's too powerful for Milo, so we are gonna customize relativity for those crewed flights, as it's gonna be launched for Milo spacecraft. And the more powerful variant of relativity that will launch Milo is going to be called Relativity Enhanced version 1.0, which is gonna
Mm-hmm.
have got better first stage without reusability, and also sat boosters that are gonna help with performance. The plan is for the lunar mission to launch the transfer module, basically a similar way of Constellation was supposed to work.
Oh, that's
With
cool.
Constellation, it was supposed to launch Ares 5 with Altair on board. The second stage with Altair will remain in orbit, while Ares 1 is going to launch crew. Orion will dock with Altair, and the second stage is going to push the Altair with Orion to translunar injection. Similar way is going to work our program for crewed flights to moon, when Genesis is going to put a propulsion segment into low Earth orbit. Then if we choose company, they're going to put their lander into low Earth orbit. It will dock with the propulsion segment, and then we're going to launch Milo in interplanetary version to dock with the lunar lander, and the propulsion segment will then put them into translunar injection, put them into low lunar orbit. Then the lunar exploration we have planned is gonna be much interesting in the schedule, as next year we're planning on crewed flight of Malo Earth variant, then crewed flight of interplanetary variant after that,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole schedule for the lunar flight is gonna be that we're gonna launch a propulsion segment on relativity that will orbit around Earth. Then, if we choose a company to provide us with lander, they're gonna launch their lander that will dock with the propulsion segment. And then when everything is set up, the Malo spacecraft in interplanetary variant will dock with the lander and propulsion, we can call it station, and they will then the propulsion segment will push Milo with lander into a translunar injection and then get them into low lunar orbit. The lander will separate from the propulsion segment with Milo. It will land, do an EVAs, complete some experiments. Then they're gonna lift off from the moon. Lander is gonna be reusable, most likely, and it's gonna dock with the propulsion segment that is gonna stay on lunar orbit. It's gonna be like the beginning of the station. Malo is gonna return to Earth, and this first mission will be completed. And that's how we plan to do lunar exploration. In 2025, 2026, we are planning on putting in habitat modules onto lunar surface to provide stable colonization of the moon, and then the lunar exploration project will get into its golden phase, we can call it, when there's going to be continuous expeditions on the lunar surface. Every 3 months, there is going to be a resupply mission. Every 6 months, crew will switch, and that's how the lunar program will going to work. Hopefully in the future, if everything goes well.
Okay. Do you think that do you think we'll actually be able to watch one of your test fires or your static fires?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the static fire was on Sunday. Test flights are going to be today or tomorrow. And every flights, every tests that are like major, like static fires, test flights, are streamed on YouTube. So you can find our channel, you can subscribe to it, and you'll get notified when we're doing another stream or video. You can watch, and I can promise it's gonna be a fun when we are gonna launch Relativity, as we are planning on providing onboard views from first stage re-entering the Earth's orbit,
Mhm.
and the second stage is gonna have got its own ground tracking, so that we can watch the second stage performing its orbital insertion burn. But we're gonna end the stream after CCO 1 or second engine cutoff number 1,
Okay.
as the apogee will be high enough to second stage to begin circularization burn at approximately T plus 3 minutes. And we are not going to be providing the whole webcast for those more than 30 minutes of perigee raise maneuver, but still we're going to be providing launch footage, re-entry footage, and in future even a crew docking footage. The station is built in partnership with both Aerospace, another interesting company. The station is called Titan, and it's currently orbiting around the Earth with crew on board that is going to be switching soon, as tomorrow Saturn Aerospace is planning on launching crewed expedition to the station. So
Awesome.
yeah, everything around Daxt is now pretty wild, as a lot of
Mhm.
projects we are working on are active, and yeah.
Well, it was awesome having you on the show today. Big shout out to Dax, and a big shout out to you, Darkstar. If you like this video, ladies and gentlemen, now this is an audio interview, so you'll just see the thumbnail of the video as the thing. But yeah, if you like this video, you know what to do. Be sure to check them out at Dax as well, and we'll put all their information, like their social stuff. Just check them out. And where can we find you on YouTube?
And also want to mention that we are looking for people that are going to join our team. And in the future, if you want to join, you may have a chance to fly into space under one of our tourist missions that are going to plan Station Titan.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to see Earth from above. Join us, join our team, and you may fly to the station next to you.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. And thank you so much for watching this awesome audio interview of Dax. A really big shout out to the whole Dax team. Big shout out to Darkstar for having us on, for coming on the show today for Techno Warriors TV. Big shout out to everyone over the years. It's really awesome. We're about to hit 5,000 subscribers. Remember, we are doing a Fortnite Battle Pass giveaway. Keep in mind you that is also compatible with the Chapter 5 Battle Pass. But I'm gonna talk to people. I'll do a poll on Twitter and all the other social medias, if saying, do we need to do another giveaway video because it's a new chapter, or we should just be able to put it in the description. I think it should be okay, but let me know what you think. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsor for today, one of our couple of sponsors today, Ivory Coffee Teas and Bobas, located in Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico, and the Ivory Coffee Teas and Bobas at White Sands Missile Range. You can check out the Techno Warriors TV Bobos. There's 732 milligrams of caffeine. And also, a big shout out to Christopher Newhart and Gwendolyn Allen for their amazing support and being our sponsor over the years. We have much more new stuff with Stone Paranormal. We're going to be doing the Ivory Coffee Tea. We're going to be doing a couple interviews over Skype and stuff. So we have more stuff for Ivory Coffee Teas and Bobas and Stone Paranormal. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. You hit that like button if you like this video. Hit that dislike button if you did not like this video. And if you adored this video, all you have to do is strangle that subscribe button, slap it in the face, and pow, right in the kisser. Have an amazing day. And Merry Christmas.